The snow was falling so thick, it felt like the world was slowly disappearing. I kept both hands locked on the steering wheel, gripping it so hard my fingers hurt. The road to the mountain cabin had completely vanished under layers of white, and every gust of wind shook my old truck like it weighed nothing. Honestly, I wasn't supposed to be out here. This wasn't my plan at all. But my best friend Adam had called me from his college dorm, sounding desperate. "Bro, please. Mom is stuck at that winter lodge and she's terrified of driving in storms. Just go get her for me. I owe you big time." So there I was, driving through the middle of nowhere, praying the truck didn't slide into a ditch. When I finally reached the lodge, I saw her standing under the porch light, wrapped in a big coat, waving at me like someone who had finally spotted a lifeline. "Thank goodness," she breathed, brushing snow off as she got in. "I thought I'd be stranded all night." "Don't worry," I said. "We'll be home soon." I didn't know that the exact opposite was about to happen. Not even 20 minutes later, the truck jolted hard, sputtered, and shut off completely. The storm outside screamed around us as if mocking the situation. "You've got to be kidding," I said under my breath. "What happened?" she asked, trying to stay calm. I tried starting the engine again. Nothing. No sound. No signal on the phone. Just cold air pouring in. "The engine's dead," I said, "and we're too far out for service." She stared at the storm swallowing the road, then looked back at me with the calm voice only mothers seem to have. "Well," she said softly, "then we'll need to keep each other warm." We climbed into the back, where it was easier to share the blankets and coats. It wasn't strange or uncomfortable. It was simply two people trying to stay alive in a freezing metal box. After a few minutes of silence, she spoke. "You know," she said gently, "I always tell Adam he's blessed to have you as a friend." I laughed quietly. "He's the one who dragged me out here." "That's exactly what I mean," she said with a warm smile. "You show up when people need you." The truck rocked as another strong gust hit us. She moved a little closer, trembling under the blanket. Her hands were shaking. "You okay?" I asked. "I'm fine," she whispered, though her lips had started turning pale. I held her hands, rubbing warmth back into them. She didn't pull away. Instead, her eyes fluttered shut for a second, as if she finally felt safe. "You remind me a bit of my husband," she said suddenly. I paused, surprised. "He always put others first," she continued. "He passed away 2 winters ago." For a moment, everything inside the truck went still. I'm sorry," I said quietly. "Winter is difficult," she whispered. "It brings back that night." Her voice cracked. The storm outside felt less cruel than the pain in her words. I placed my hand on her shoulder, gently. She nodded, as if she needed the touch. "If I don't talk about it now, I never will," she whispered. And so she talked, for almost an hour. She shared memories, little routines they had, the jokes he told, the silly songs he made up while clearing snow. She smiled. She cried, sometimes both at the same time. I listened, really listened. And I tried to be the warmth she needed, not just with blankets, but with presence. Somewhere in that cold truck, it hit me. Sometimes comforting someone isn't physical. It's emotional. After another hour, her shivering grew worse. Even the blanket wasn't helping. "Stay with me," I said, rubbing her arms. "You're freezing." She leaned into my chest, and I held her the way a son might hold his mother, steady, protective. Her breathing began to slow, easing back into calm. "Thank you," she whispered. "You have no idea how much this means." "You do the same for me," I replied. "Maybe," she said faintly. "But not everyone your age would sit in a frozen truck for hours just to make a lonely mom feel understood." I didn't know what to say, so I stayed quiet and kept holding her. Then came the second twist. Just when I thought hope was gone, a pair of headlights glowed through the blizzard, slow and bright. A snowplow. They see us. I yelled, hitting the window. A few minutes later, a heavy knock echoed on the truck door. "You two, all right in there?" The driver shouted over the storm. I helped her step out, keeping my arm around her because her legs were too cold to support her fully. Inside the warm cabin of the snowplow, she broke down crying relief, shock, exhaustion, all mixed together. The driver radioed for help, and soon we were taken to a rescue station, wrapped in heated blankets, sipping hot chocolate. She held my hand the whole time, not out of fear, but trust. The next morning, when the storm finally moved on, Adam burst into the station with panic written all over his face. The moment he saw her, relief washed over him like sunlight. "Mom?" He ran to her. "Are you okay? Did he take care of you?" She looked at me, then at him, and smiled. "He didn't just take care of me," she said. "He saved me." Adam turned to me with a softened expression and pulled me into a hug. "I knew calling you was the right choice," he said. Before we left, she pulled me aside. "You know," she said gently, "people think storms only bring danger. But sometimes they bring hearts closer." I nodded. "Thank you for trusting me." She squeezed my hand. "Thank you for reminding me that kindness still exists." When we stepped outside, the sun broke through the clouds, shining across the snow like hope. And I realized something. That night wasn't defined by the storm. It was defined by compassion, hers and mine. The snow trapped us, but humanity kept us warm. A storm stranded us. Kindness saved us. And warmth came from the heart, not the blankets.